Rectangles are great when we want to draw boxes, but sometimes we want to draw four-sided figures that aren't arranged like a box. The quad is the way to do it. The word quad is short for quadrilateral, which just means a four-sided figure. Here's how we do it. We simply identify the 4 points we want to draw in order. Here I've numbered them 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we enter them into processing. The command is called quad, all lowercase, and notice it's not the full word quadrilateral, because that would just be a pain to type. So it's simply quad, Q-U-A-D, followed by a pair of parens and a semicolon. What we put inside of quad are the x and y values of the first point, the x and y values of the second point, x and y of the third, and x and y of the fourth. It's a lot of typing. There's 8 numbers to type in, but that will draw the 4 points connected and fill it in if you have a fill color. Let's see it in action. Here's a little program that draws a quad. You can see at the top the exact line that I'm using to draw the quad in the main graphics window. It's the word quad followed by the XY of the first point. Here I'm color coding that in red. Then the second point in blue, the third point in green, and the fourth point in kind of a rust color. And then, as always, a closed paren and a semicolon. I'm drawing these big circles under the points so that I can grab them with my mouse and move them around, and so you can match up the color coding. So you can see here that I'm moving just the red point, and so only the XY of the first point is being moved. But I can move any of the other points. And I can turn the circles off so you can see just the quad itself. Now you can do anything you want with a quad. You can put these 4 points anywhere you want. So for example, let's make kind of a V shape here. So I'm going to drag this guy down and I'll turn off the circles. So we can do that, but we can do something even more interesting. Tell you what, let's bring this one up and bring this guy down over here. Now I've made an hourglass kind of a shape. And this is a perfectly valid quad. It looks like 2 triangles, and if you wanted, you could draw this as 2 triangles. But you can also draw it as a single quad. If you match up the XYs in the line at the top with the colors, you'll see that we're making kind of a Z shape. We start in the upper left, we move right, down into the left, and then right. And then back up to the upper left, closing things off because processing automatically draws that final line. So quads let us make these hourglass shapes. And if you turn the hourglass on its side, let's do it like that, that's often called a bow tie shape. It's the same shape, but it's oriented on its side. And I'll turn off the points and you can see what makes up the bow tie. Because this is a shape, we can, of course, turn the fill and the stroke on and off. So I'll turn off the stroke. That's a little bit subtle because the stroke is only 1 pixel thick. So I'll turn it back on, but I'll turn off the fill. And you can see just the stroke lines. And because I have strokes, I can change the weight. So let's make the weight very heavy. And I'll turn off the grabbers now. It's really obvious where the points are. So now I can draw this quadrilateral. And I can fill it. And now we have a nice big thick line around the outside. And we can draw any kind of quad we want. I'll turn the circles back on. We can draw any quad we want. And processing will handle it perfectly. We can even draw rectangles. Let's see if I can kind of get a rectangle going on easily here. And we'll just see if I can do this with my mouse. I'm just kind of moving very carefully here. Wow, very delicate. There we are. There's a rectangle. And if I shorten things up, and this one I'll just do by eye, I won't even look at the numbers. That looks kind of squarish. And obviously if I took my time and I typed in just the right numbers, this could be a square. But the beauty of the quads is that they can be any shape at all made out of 4 points. As long as you call quad with XY, 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 4 points in order, you will get the quad made up of those 4 points.